First of all, I think this is really awesome. This is the first meetup I've been to, and I find it really cool that there's so many people in Seattle that are working with WordPress, whether you're using it for your business or just playing around with it. It's just great to see a lot of people here. I think I get cooped up in my little bubble of an office sometimes at home, and I don't get it out enough. So this is great. I think I'm going to come to more of these. So what I want to talk to you guys about tonight is how I built my business on WordPress, and more specifically, how I chose video themes as my niche for my business. So to start out, why WordPress? How did I get started with WordPress? And I think that goes back to about 2007, my day job. I worked for a pretty big local company that built airplanes. I'm sure you could probably figure out who that is. And basically, I was a web guy. And as a web guy, I was responsible for updating, maintaining, deploying new internal websites. And the process back then in 2007, I don't know if it's changed, probably hasn't, but basically a manager or a group lead would tap you on the shoulder or send you an email and say, hey, we need a change to this website, we need to add content here, change a page here, and then the web guy or girl would edit static HTML directly. There was no content management system in place. And this was 2007, and I thought this was pretty crazy for a big business like Boeing. So that got me to thinking about content management systems and how to improve this process of updating internal websites at this company. And I played around with a lot of the different systems, Drupal, Expression Engine, Joomla, but I landed on WordPress, and I think the reason I did was from the get-go, out of the gate. It just seemed so easy to work with, really easy to develop themes on. It was lightweight, it was efficient, and so that's what I chose. So I put together this huge presentation for management and leads, and I showed them exactly how they could improve this process of updating, maintaining, and deploying websites within the company. And after doing this presentation and getting all the claps and stuff, I just realized I eliminated my job. Big fail moment. But anyways, it didn't matter because WordPress is open source. And companies like that, at least in 2007, they weren't too keen on open source platforms for production services. And I think the reason is they like to be able to pay for something and know that they're going to be getting support for that if needed. So, but that left me with a desire to do something different. I felt like I wasn't providing any value to this company. I was just basically hitting buttons when they asked me to, and I knew I wanted to do something different. So I made a list of some basic career goals. Number 1, become self-employed. Number 2, do something that provides value to a community. Number 3, do something that I'm passionate about, and then most importantly, do something that's fun. So, this was my game plan. Establish a following, and I knew I wanted to use WordPress as the platform for that following. It was something I was really interested in. I really liked the community that was building around WordPress at the time, and it's something I just really wanted to move forward with. Number 2, get clients. Number 3, quit my job. So, along that plan, December 2007, I launched WPElements.com. And basically what WP Elements was, it was just a blog, and it was a blog about WordPress. And all I was doing is blogging about things I was learning at the time. I'm a self-taught guy. I never went to school for design or development. So as I learned WordPress and as I experimented with themes and plugins, I would just blog about it. And users came naturally from that. So what I realized is blogging plus freebies, themes, plugins, it was equal to instant clients. And I think it was January of 2008, I felt comfortable enough with the client base I had to quit my job. And this is one of my first projects I did for a client. It's not my design. This dogfiles.com is done by Kim Bell. And he still runs this website. I don't think it's changed much since 2008. But basically, he found me through WP Elements, said, hey, I got a PSD file for you. If you can convert this to a WordPress theme, great. So I took on the job, and as you can see, it was actually a video-esque theme. So it was a really, really, really great client and somebody I really enjoyed working for. But at the same time, I went back to my career goals. And I was able to check two of those things off that list. Yeah, I was self-employed, and yeah, I was providing value, number one, to WordPress, number two, to the clients I was working for. But I really wasn't doing something I was passionate about. Working for clients, at least the clients I was working for, I couldn't express myself with my design, things I wanted to do, and I really wasn't having fun at the time. I basically, when I went back to it, I decided instead of managers telling me what to do, it was clients telling me what to do now. So with that, it was back to square one. Client work just wasn't for me. So being, following WordPress and following what the community was doing, two guys kind of stood out in my opinion. Brian Gardner and AD. These are both really good friends of mine now. We're competitors, but we're great friends, and that's kind of cool. But anyways, in 2008, they were doing Premium News Theme and RevolutionTheme.com. I'm sure you guys have heard of these guys. And right now, AD's doing Woo Themes, and Brian Gardner's doing Studio Pass. So that led me to the idea of, okay, let's try selling themes. But at the same time, I didn't want to just duplicate what these guys were doing. I wanted to find something that was more of a niche, something that wasn't being done at the time with WordPress. And that led me to a hobby website of mine, which was trailerflick.com. And this is a site I put together in, I think, December 2007 with WordPress. And it was a really simplistic site, just a grid of movie posters. You click a poster, little lightbox window would pop up, and you could play the video. And through this website, I had a lot of people contacting me. I had a little footer link in there saying, powered by WordPress. People saw that and said, hey, this is an awesome, awesome theme. Would you mind selling it to me? It would be perfect for a project I'm doing. So, the light went on in WordPress plus video. So, February 2008, I took that trailer flick theme, kind of cleaned it up, made a couple different styles for it, and created a couple little theme options for it, and released it for $5 per download on WPElements.com. First week, I sold 200 copies. And that was kind of like one of those oh crap moments. Why didn't I list this for 25 bucks a theme? So April 2008, I did a second theme called Video Elements, and I kind of stepped it up a notch, did a nice little cover flow feature, featured content widgets and all that kind of good stuff, and released it for $25 a download. And again, another oh crap moment. Why didn't I do this for 50 bucks a theme? It sold really well. May 2008, TV Elements, my third video theme. And I think what really set this one apart, you can hard to see, but I put the video front and center. And I created some nice embed and share linkage with it, and a really cool interactive browser for the videos. And released this on WP Elements for $50 a download in May of 2008. And the themes were doing really well, but I still had to balance my income with client work because they weren't making enough where I could just give up client work altogether. But with that being said, that led me to believe that maybe WP Elements wasn't the best platform for selling themes. It was a blog, it wasn't a store. So in June of 2008, I developed Press75.com and made a really, really simple theme store. And basically, I put my product forward. I had those three themes right in the front. And I wish I had a screenshot, but I'm one of those guys, I delete everything after I'm done with it, so I tried to recreate it as best I can. It looks great. But it was a really simple, that's exactly what it looked like. It was really, really simplistic, but it served its purpose. So I knew I needed to do another theme, and I wanted to continue with the video niche because it was doing well for me, but at the same time I wanted to do something different than I had done before. So I was searching for inspiration, and I landed on Hulu.com. In 2008, I believe it launched in 2008 as a beta service. And I found this website, and I'm sure everybody knows what Hulu is now, but at the time it was actually still pretty big, even in beta. And in looking at this, I just kind of analyzed it and said, everything that's done here could really easily be done in WordPress. It had a basic content carousel, jQuery-based content carousel, gallery-style layout, really easy to do in WordPress. So I took that, and I said, okay, I created On Demand, August 2008, and this is the theme that really kind of launched my business. And I think the reason it launched my business is because I advertised it as being inspired by Hulu. So customers were able to make that relationship, between, I can have a Hulu of my own for $75. And so this really sold really well. And you can see it's definitely inspired by Hulu. It's got my taste on it. Feature content carousel at the top, gallery style layout. So basically the moral of the story with all this is 2008, I was able to go from 100% client work to 100% theme sales by about October, from January to October. And of course the frustration level went because dealing with clients is kind of tough times sometimes. Customers are hard too, but not as bad. Okay, so by October 2008, I knew I had something substantial in my hands that I could grow. But I had to grow the business. I couldn't just keep those 4 themes, maintain them, and grow the business. So a couple key points for growing the business from 2008 on. Number 1, better code. And I'm really embarrassed to say that my code was crap when I first started doing Press75.com. I was learning new things, and I think sometimes again, self-taught guy. So that was really something I wanted to fix moving forward with Press75.com. So clean code, efficient code, valid code, and well documented. New niches. I knew I didn't want to do video for the rest of my life. I didn't want to get bored doing that. So moving into business, portfolio, photography, and I even wanted to do commerce themes at the time. And then more options, both customization and usage-wise. My themes were heavily dependent on custom fields, and my customers really didn't like that all that much. Posting videos through custom fields, it wasn't really that efficient of a process. So with those points in mind, this is an example of what my code looks like today. You can see CSS is really clean. It's got a nice table of contents on top. My theme code is very well commented out. It's very efficient. And it's something that you get really passionate about once you start doing it. New niches. So this is the first theme I broke away from video with. And basically, again, it's really dark, hard to see, but I had an idea that maybe cafes, small businesses, restaurants, they might want an out-of-the-box solution for a website. And Cafe Press was my solution for that. It's a really basic theme. You can throw your business details on there, throw a little menu in there if you want. And this did really well. It started that path along doing different niches for Press75.com. So more options. And this is an example of what one of my theme options page looks like now. And you can see that if you're not adept at doing custom code, custom CSS, this makes it really easy for you to get in there, customize your colors, your font colors, your background colors, and that's really took the themes to another step for a lot of my customers. And then making themes simple along the lines of new options too. So getting away from custom fields and having the copy and paste embed code, generate embed code. I developed a simple video embedder for all my video themes. And this, basically what it does is it adds a little post video options box to your post editor. And all you have to do is grab a URL for wherever your video is located. It can be self-hosted, it can be a service. You plop it in a field, give it a width and height value, update your post, and you get a nice little preview right there. So Press75.com growth. So just with those 3 little items that I showed you just a little bit ago, I was able to take the business I built in 2008 and basically double it in 2009. And just along those same lines, keep it going in 2010. So moving forward, 2011 forward, growing the business and community. And these are the thoughts I have now for growing Press75.com. Packages. Instead of single theme sales, I'm moving to packages where essentially Press75.com becomes one product. And I think this eliminates the hassle of customers coming in and saying, oh, I can't decide which theme do I choose. So basically for the same price you were going to buy one theme for, you get all of them for a period of time. Child themes. I think frameworks are getting really popular in WordPress today. People are using Genesis, people are using Headway. And there's a lot of reasons people are using these frameworks because they provide options past what WordPress provides. I have no interest in developing my own framework, but I can see how they can be valuable to customers. So I'm taking all my themes, my popular themes, and I'm going to start porting them frameworks. And then collaborations. I mentioned guys like Brian Gardner and 80. They're really good friends of mine. So we're kind of taking that friendship, even though we're competitors, and we're collaborating where it makes sense. We're developing a community called MassivePress.com, and through that we're going to do live events and presentations about building businesses around WordPress. So something different than you would find at a WordCamp or something like that. It's just a screenshot of what Press75.com looks today. I mean, it's very similar to that first website I launched in 2008. Put your product forward. And I've kind of built it along those same lines. So career goals, back to those career goals. Become self-employed, check. Do something that provides value. I think I'm definitely doing that for the WordPress community, my customers. And then do something I'm passionate about, double check. And Press75 is definitely a big passion of mine. And then do something that's fun. I mean, I think that comes down to even things like this, just coming to a place, meeting new people, seeing everybody else that works with WordPress and how they interact with it. That's really fun for me. So what made Press75 succeed? And I think, I mean, I could go on for another hour about what it made it succeed, but for me it's a couple points. Know your competition, but don't copy them. And I think that's really important. If you try and copy what made another business successful, that might not necessarily translate to your own business. So do your own thing. Quality, not quantity. I only have 22 themes on Press75.com, and that's 3 years. I should probably have a lot more, but what I do is I'm going back and constantly updating the themes that I did in the past and making sure they're up to date with all the latest WordPress functionality, adding new functionality, tweaking design. It's something I really enjoy doing. And then finally, let your passion drive you. That's definitely what I did. I have a strong thing that if you're going after money with your business, you're probably going to be chasing that goal till the end of your life. So with Press75.com, again, it's my passion. It's something I really enjoy doing. I really enjoy building themes, and I think that's what's got me to where I am now. And finally, I just love WordPress. It's great. It's a great platform. I've built a business on it, and I really can't imagine building on anything else. I have a lot of customers that come to me and say, Drupal themes, Joomla themes, you could make so much money, and I'm just not interested. WordPress is so simple. It's so easy to use. It's so easy to build themes on. So that's it. My name is Jason Schuller, Jason at Press75.com. You can get me at Twitter at JSchuller.